and running. Check 1, 2. Looks like audio is going okay. Absolutely cribbed that music from the new website that's up and running now for Beer League. If anyone hasn't checked that out yet, it's pretty awesome. There should be links in the Discord. Let's see. A couple more minutes here before we're really going to get underway, but I thought I'd go ahead and kick things off. If anyone is here, I'm Silent Raven. Coming back. Casted some last season, gonna cast some this season. Not a player, just an observer, like watching League. And we've got, I think this is the second game of the season. First one was last night. Today we're looking at one less versus McDonald's Dinner Club. Top seeds of both groups, since we're doing groups this year. So that'll be pretty cool. Should be a pretty good matchup, I think. Let me get some of my stuff organized here and check in on the teams and see if we're actually going to start on time. Looks like we are. They're all getting in the Discord, so awesome. We might have a substitution tonight. I'm checking on that just to make sure. It looks like we do, yeah. So I'll keep that in mind for later when we're doing the draft. I think Alo's computer exploded or something last night, and so they were uh, McDonald's Dinner Club was scrambling to find a sub for tonight. It looks like they found somebody. They've got 5 people in the chat at least. Awesome. All right, well, while they're getting set up to do the first draft, I'm going to toss it over to Keys to Victory here. We'll just chat for a little bit before everything gets underway. Oh, I'm getting an invite. Give me a second. Spectator. Cool. All right. Let me switch this over. So, like I said, we got one less and McDonald's Dinner Club, which I'm probably going to refer to as MDC because it's shorter. Going head to head here. Again, first seed of both groups, one less in Group A and MDC in Group B. One less was the champions from last season for anyone that forgot, and we did a nemesis draft this year. So uh, the works where you start drafting where the person who won the last season gets to pick who they think the next toughest team will be, and that person gets put in the other conference. And then they pick the next toughest person, etc., and it goes back and forth. So people get to pick who they want to play the least or who they're most scared of, and that helps build out the seeding for the different groups. So this ends up being the two teams that theoretically are very strong this year. One less did have one team change up where they switched out Bidoof for Fussrow. It just had to do with the rating system they got introduced this year, so a lot of teams saw a lot of shake up. For example, MDC, I'm pretty sure, is a entirely rebuilt team with people from 5 different teams in season 5, and now here in season 6, they got a brand new squad. So I've got the names up on the screen in case anyone hasn't seen all the teams yet. But it should be pretty interesting, I think. Go ahead and talk a little bit about this. It looks like they're chatting a little bit in the client for now, trying to figure out if everyone's good to do the draft. So while they're doing that, I'll move forward on this. So for one less, Group A first seed. I think the number one thing they'll probably have to keep their eye on is Cody in the jungle for MDC. He's always been a really strong player. Last season, teams made a point of trying to keep him under control because once he gets going, he snowballs pretty quick. Very powerful solo queue player there, but he showed that he can definitely work in a team in his team last year. So got to keep him under control. Dunivon on one less was the jungler last season for his team. Now he's switched over to AD carry. So going to have to prove that he can actually do that. He did play AD carry at the very beginning of last season, but switched quickly to the jungle. Bidoof took over for him in bot lane, and they continued that way all the way through the championship. So he's coming back to bot lane now, and we'll see what Dunny can do. And then finally, watching out for Zesty here. Zesty Queso's in the top lane for MDC. Him and Gentle went head to head last year in the finals. And Gentle came out on top at the time. I hear that they were actually playing from the same house, and got some trash talk and friendly banter going on there. So Zesty might be out for a comeback here to get some revenge on Gentle. That's definitely for sure gonna come up. And then on the side of McDonald's Dinner Club, shutting down Vixperian in mid lane. Vixperian was the mid laner for one last year, still is this season, and he won Player of the Week a couple of times. Very strong, especially later in the season. Definitely had a lot of fear uh, generated from mid lane there. So they're going to be looking to shut him down both in bans and in the game. I think the combination of Vermilion and Cody can easily take that on if they come with a plan. But definitely we'll see at least two bans to mid lane. I'm almost positive. Number two, make sure the top side power on MDC helps control Dragon. Really, what I mean by that is there's a lot of power on the top half of MDC's team. They've got Zesty Queso, Cody, and Vermilion all up there. So they're very strong on the top half of the map, but One Less is known for going for those early dragons. I think there were some souls on the line like pre 22 minutes last season, which is absolutely insane. So just making sure that they don't just stick to their lanes during the laning phase. They need to come down and help gather some objectives. Obviously, Herald is going to be a concern as well, but I don't see them having too much trouble fighting over that one. And then finally, number three is a gimme. Playing as a team. That goes for every team. I think every single team saw some shakeup this season. Like I said, One Less has a new player, so they're gonna try to work him in and see if they can function as a cohesive unit there. But McDonald's Dinner Club, full rebuild. like we're gonna see if all these power players can come together and make a cohesive team here. Looking forward to seeing it. I was scared of almost all of MDC's roster last season. They were always very powerful players, so seeing them all together, I'm interested to see what the matchup ends up shaking out like. So yeah, I'm actually gonna go back to start here so we can see the teams while I check in on the draft. Get this thing underway. Yep, there we go. They're asking in the chat if everyone is ready, so. And we're killing time. Link to draft when ready. Sweet. I apologize for any dead air tonight because I will be doing this by myself. That's okay. I enjoy it. Here we go. Okay. All right. This is going to be a little weird. Let me switch screens real quick so that it looks a little bit better. Dun, 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 dun. Display capture. Thanks, Simi Namas. Good to see you in here, buddy. Let's go like that. Hey, look at that. We got it figured out. Make sure I got the names in the right place. I do. We're going through the first rounds of bans here. It looks like one less banned out. Rise, Olaf, and Zach. Not too surprising there. Vermilion's Rise. I know he's been playing that quite a bit. And then Cody's Olaf is absolutely terrifying, so they want to get that right off the table. MTC bans Vex and Anivia. There's the two mid bans I expected to see. Again, Experian was known for playing both of those champs very well last season. And then the Maokai ban, Maokai being seen in both top and support lately, and Gentle has been known to play it, so that's not surprising they'd take that off the table. One less, locking in the Sejuani. I expect that would be Gentle's. I don't think Fusro's been playing that in the jungle, but we'll see. It's a pretty safe pickup. She's a pretty safe pick in top lane, so not surprised they're grabbing that early. Yeah, oh, that's a good point. Siminoma Cesti also can lane loft. But it looks like a Darius out of McDonald's first. Let's see. Darius and Sivir. Yep, locked in. That'll be the Archlector playing Sivir in the bot lane. Yep. Be interested to see how Dunovan faces up against Archlector, since he's a little rusty in the role. And Archlector, while he played ADC last year, he had a different support. So both teams are kind of coming at it with a little bit of rust. It's a very Joe pick. All right, all right. I like the Sivir. I think it's really strong in the right hands. Got a Moo out from one less. That could go. Oof, that could go jungle or support. Might be flexing a little bit. See what shakes out during the first pick phase. And the Swain, almost guaranteed to be on Vixperion in the mid lane. Yeah, for sure, Simi no Mas. That's like Sejuani ult into a Mumu ult, and then Swain just sitting there in the middle of all of them. Yeah, they have a very tanky, very CC oriented team right now on one less side. Victor's a good pick up there from MDC. He can deal with Swain well enough. We're on to the second round of bans here. MDC bans the MF because one less has yet to pick their AD carry. Vi ban coming out of one. I'm not sure who that's targeted at. Is that something that Cody plays? I could see it. I feel like his champ pool's pretty big. I'd expect maybe another AD carry ban here, but a Lulu. Okay. All right. I could see it. And one less uses their last ban to take Graves off the table. I definitely know Cody played some Graves last year. It was a little scary. I do like one less's comp for safety and control in team fights, but MDC just has power right now, and Zyra just adds even more. Like the damage coming out of MDC in the mid game is pretty scary. Looks like we'll have a unstoppable force and immovable object type of game. Let's see. Pretty sure we've seen the exact matchup of Zesty on Darius and Gentle on Sejuani last year, and it really was just like wet noodle up there because there's only so much you can do to Sejuani in a trade with her passive. So it usually ends up being a farm off until the team fighting starts. We've got an Udyr out of one less. Believe Fussrow has been playing that a decent bet, so he'd probably be taking that one. Zyra kind of hurts Victor. Yeah, yeah, I could see that. And Samira for Dunivan. Okay. I think he played that some last year before he swapped roles. It's one of his go-tos. So Samira and Amumu in the bot lane for one less. Udyr in the jungle, Sejuani top. That makes sense. MDC has yet to settle on a jungler, I believe. Oh, Shyvana. And we haven't seen Shyvana in Beer League in a while. Oh, I'm excited to see that. Oof. Yeah, this game's gonna be a rock and a hard place. Like MDC has so much damage. I wonder if they can break through the tank line of one less. Because if they can kill Samira, the only real threat left on the table is Swain. I mean, Udyr's there, but like Samira and Swain are gonna be doing most of the damage. So as long as Vixperion doesn't pop off, I think MDC's got a pretty good chance to just dogpile on the back line. But all comes down to how you play, how you position. All right, they're into champ select in the client, so probably another 4.5, 5 minutes before the game actually gets going. Spectator delay and all that. So if you want to get some water, last minute bathroom break, now's your time. You gotta do the same. Shyvana Giga Chat, indeed. Anyone in chat know what the state of Shyvana is? Like, I just haven't. I guess I could do a little bit of research on that. I'm curious. Pancakes or waffles? Whichever one's made with better batter. Like, that's really what matters more than anything else, right? I love waffles, but if you put pancakes in front of me and they're not shit, then yeah, I'll eat them. Like, who cares? Unless we're talking Eggo waffles, in which case that is the correct answer, because junk food always tastes better.
Not a problem.
This is where you tell me I'm wrong. I'm totally down for that.
If I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you. I recommend Sticky.
Go and put this on the screen so everyone knows what the progress bar is.
End of the line.
Damn it. I tried to eat before I started streaming tonight, just so that I wouldn't be like hungry while I was talking. And then of course Simi Namas coming in here talking about pancakes. Now that's all I can think about. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. French toast. Why didn't I see the hidden third choice? Good point. Stuffed French toast might be one of my favorite freaking things. Pancakes because they are stackable. As a Gathering Storm enjoyer, stacking is OP. I mean, you can stack waffles though. Like, it's not like they fall off each other. Is it just the efficiency of the flatness of a pancake? I guess that's fair. I guess that makes some sense. It really comes down to how much you like syrup and how much syrup you want, because it slides right off the pancakes, right? But the waffles do catch them in all the little squares. Like, that's the beauty of waffles. So if you like a higher syrup to batter ratio, waffles are the way to go. But if you're like a dipper, then it doesn't really make that much of a difference. All right, less than 3 minutes to go. Do, 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 do. Get your votes in now. I'm gonna look at these. Looking at these teams, man, I just think the damage potential of MDC is too damn high. I'm gonna give them the slight edge in this comp matchup. But when it comes to like a cohesive comp, one definitely has more going for them. Like, their CC is through the roof. So long as they group when they're supposed to group, they position well, they can still very easily come out on top. They're just gonna have to put in a little more thought into how they fight. Whereas MDC can just zerg it down and just get insta kills. I'm not repeating that joke, Simi Nomas. That's no, it's dad level, too dad level. MDC is the winner, Reese. Yeah, I agree. I agree on that one. Been playing so much TFT lately. Whenever I'm looking at these champions, I my brain wants to judge their effectiveness based on how good they are in TFT. It's not very helpful. That said, I played Carrie Samira earlier today. It went pretty well. So that's true, Reese. They do have some good anti-engage at least with Zyra and Sivir on MDC. But when you have like Sejuani and Amumu both launching things at your face and Udyr running in, I think one less can engage if they want to engage. It's just how much are they willing to tank the Zyra hive? It'll just depend a lot on positioning and where they take the fights. All rightio. We're going to get into the game here. I will try to get all the spectator crap done out of the way and quickly. I have to imagine these teams are going to get up to some level 1 shenanigans with the comps that they picked. There's some good early game damage. UON, that's right. Dem hotkeys. Oh, I haven't seen that Sejuani skin. That's fantastic. A lot of good skins out here. Heinun Samira's dope. That Sivir skin was dope. We got an early pause here. Seems like a late stage bathroom break. Sure, everything's there. Okay, yeah, everything's there. Cool. Do some rearranging here while they're working their stuff out. Here we go. Guess while they're doing stuff, I'm gonna try and make something a little bit easier on my end. There we go. Sweet. Come on, guys. Here I am complaining about dead air, and you're gonna pause me. Hurts. Dang, I was hoping everyone would see that. All right, I'm not on a team. Uh, doesn't go. Wasn't sure how spectator would work. Remove one win unless it's already in the script. I could put it in the script. Oh, I see what you... Yeah, I must have accidentally added a win to one side for no freaking reason. Let's just fix that real quick. Give him the big old goose egg. There we go. This is in fact the first game. Although I did kind of spoil who's gonna win. Kidding. This is live. Yeah, it was there from last stream, but I have my own instance here, so it was last stream, but it was my last stream, so it's my fault still. I could take some blame, no problem. Go stack pancakes. God, you're really making me want to make pancakes tomorrow, or maybe tonight. It's like a midnight snack. Double check whose fault this was. I think it was Cody. Yeah, okay, we can blame Cody. That's great. I'll remember that. Got some R's going out in chat. Seeing if everybody's ready. We are unpaused and in the game. Zoom out a little bit. Oh my gosh, just gonna give you all a little motion sickness. There we go. Did I pause it? Oh my gosh. There you go. Alright, actually into the game now. One less is running straight up the top lane. Looking to maybe do some brush shenanigans up here. I love it. I love shit like this. If they can get around behind Darius, they'll just be hilarious. Okay, they're sending Gentle out to scout and maybe bait. Let's see if Zesty takes it. Oh man, it's so ballsy. I love it. Dragged a ward out of him, but it doesn't look like he's gonna chase, so everyone's gonna base. Dang, I was hoping to see some fireworks. Off they all go. Well, after an attempt to get an early kill, everyone's kind of falling back, doing some pretty standard starts here. Get Fusro going with red buff. I'll give Shyvana blue buff to start on MDC. First trade is in the top lane. That bleed is somewhat of a good counter against Sejuani up there in top lane, but like I said, I think I've seen this matchup before with these exact two players, and it was a pretty boring lane, all things considered, most of the farming. But early on, seen a lot of trades. I really want to see which way this mid lane swings. There's two powerhouses in there. If either one of them really gets going, the mid lane's going to be interesting. Oh man, that was a really good trade from Gentle there. Chunk Dairy's pretty good. All right, we got a little bit of a gank in bot lane. Pulled a flash. Good early gank by Fusro. Oh, they got Zyra's flash too. I didn't even see that. Awesome. He might come back for a little revisit here in a bit. Cash in on the flashes. Oof, it's good damage from Gentle, but he's out a little bit far, and Shyvana is on her way. Gentle should have a Q here to get out if he needs to. Oh, he had to flash. Wasn't up. Oh, he didn't have it yet. Okay, it just came up, I see. It's probably a mana issue. But he does make it out. Has to burn flash though. The boys in mid just farming away. They're dead even right now. Trading pretty evenly. I think Vermilion got the upper hand there. Cody hovering around mid here. Might try to get around behind Vixperion, but the lane's not really pushing. Nah, Shiv's just gonna go after the scuttle. Bot lane's out pretty far for one less here. Shyvana could get behind him pretty easily, and they don't have a ward. Seems like they got a sense though, and they took off a little bit early. Maybe they'll make it out here. Yeah, make it out with minimal damage. Bork Shiv. definitely see that. Ooh, Zesty pops Ghost here. He's going to try to run Gentle down. And yeah, he's going to get him there. That's first blood. Over to Zesty on McDonald's Dinner Club. Gentle just pushing his luck a little bit too much. Darius's flat damage and plus the bleed early is just very strong. You got to respect it so you can build up some armor and health. Taking a look at the CS, pretty much dead even in jungle and mid lane. Looks like Dunivon is actually doing very well down there in the bot lane. Again, this is his first game back to the role. Oh, Vixperion taking some hits there. Vermilion got to level 6, and that's a stronger ult than Swain's on the one-on-one right there at this stage in the game. Yeah, Dunivon's CS is looking pretty healthy. Both bot lanes just backed, so he is going to remain ahead. He's going to get back first. But Darius is out farming Gentle quite well at this moment. But we have Bussro up here to maybe even the scales. Sorry. There we go. Man, I'm just like sitting here waiting. Okay, he's going to push the lane, so Bussro can't come in on that. He's going to just go back and do some more clearing. I'd like to see Gentle controlling the lane a little bit more, trying to get it pushing his way, but Darius might be just out freezing here. Yeah, it looks like he's playing the lane quite well. Well, unless his bot lane has been consistently pushing, it's what's helping them keep a CS lead. But Shyvana is down the river again. This time it's warded though, so she's gonna probably bounce and see what she can do somewhere else. Ooh, is that an early dragon we're taking? I think it is. Ooh, already smited. They'll be back up again in a few seconds, but gets scared off. Bussro wards over the wall, catches her. Ooh, Dunivon going a little far for the run down here. Great hit on the blast cone, just to make sure she doesn't jump away. A little confusion about targets here, but I think everyone's gonna fall back. One Less decides to take the dragon here, knowing full well there's 4 members of MDC around. They do have the ward advantage though. There are no wards around the dragon pit from MDC, so they're just gonna let him have it. Alright, that's pretty classic One Less so far. They like their early drakes. The Ocean Drake, not going to do a whole lot right now, but can come into play in the late game. Oof, that's some damage from Vermilion, jeez. Definitely seeing a CS lead out of MDC at this point. Got a couple lanes up. Dunivon on the bot lane's the only one with a lead at the moment on One Less's side. There's Gentle playing back a little bit. Yeah, stock Vermilion's playing mid this year. One of the older Beer League members could probably tell me, did he used to play mid lane? I know he was ADC last year, but that's when I first started watching, so not really sure what his history is. Lots of control mages in the champ pool. Gotcha. I'm a fan of control mages. Great grab from Amumu. Good follow-up from Dunivon. That's exactly what you want to see out of that lane. Up top, we got 3 One Less members taking on Zesty. Manages to flash out. They're going to try to collapse on someone else. Vermilion sticks his neck out. They're going to close in on him, but it's 3v3 now, and not sure how it's going to go. Gentle putting his neck out there. Gentle goes down. Experian does not have ult. He already burned it. Fusro should make it out here, yeah. Oh, really unfortunate. Again, if one less is going to take fights, it's all going to be about positioning and timing, and that was just kind of a mess there. Some really good damage out of MDC right there. Oh, are they going to run him down? Oh, got a couple things happening. Gentle comes back. Almost kills Vermilion up there in the river. Oh man, that's gotta be tilting to watch that walk away. Great control out of MDC. Like we talked about in the draft, they have so much damage. It makes engagements relatively simple so long as the enemy's running at you. Where one less's power comes into play is going to be those coordinated team fights with lots of CC being layered, and they just haven't been able to do that yet. Also want to see Swain really get off the ground with that survivability before he is going to be that helpful in a fight. Despite that little that one death there in bot lane, one less is still doing really well in that lane. They're still going to be up in gold. Should check that real quick. Oops. Sorry, losing my mouse. Decided to disconnect there, of course. Good catch by one less there. Oh my gosh, that's Zyra damage. Goodness gracious. One less gets one back there. Dunovan going low, but I think he's going to be fine. That's the kind of stuff they need to do, is just getting together and collapsing like that. Layering their abilities a little bit better. Yeah, Stock, there's some pretty good power spikes on one less's champions if they can just get there. Swain's one of them. Samira is also really strong. She's got her mythic, first mythic in the game, heading back to lane with it. But once she gets 2 items, it's a pretty good power spike. But 3 items is absolutely insane, and he's on track to get there first. Looks like Sivir's picking up her Kraken Slayer, so it's going to be even when they get back to lane on mythics. That is if they go back to lane. Cody is starting Dragon. Going to be 4v4 until Darius gets here. He is ahead of Gentle on getting to the fight. Gentle does not have TP, so they're going to need to get this Dragon fast, or one less is going to have to give it up. They do secure the Dragon. Dunovan going a little hard into the enemy jungle, but flashes to get back over the wall. Experian trying to save him. I think they're both going to go down, so that's going to be 2 kills for MDC. Second Dragon for one less. I will leave it to you to decide if that was a good trade. Cody doing a little invade action here. Getting a easy kill on Fusro. And stealing his red buff. That's the kind of stuff you don't want to let Cody start doing. Shyvana is 4-0, Darius is 3-0. This is not unexpected out of the strong members of the MDC comp here. It's definitely the kind of thing that one less needed to not let happen, though. Good point of stock. It looks like it's going to be Chem Drake and Swain and Udyr scaled pretty well on that, so there's still a good shot if one less can tighten up their decision making here into the mid game. You can see a comeback. They are behind 5,000, 4,500 gold right now. It's going to be a struggle, but definitely not over yet. See? Good time to back away there, bot lane. Reminder, the Sergeant of Mithril is subbing in for Aloe tonight. Real good on him for stepping in. I'm sure the team appreciates it. Checking in on CS. Proportionally, we're looking at mostly the same from the early game. Samira is up in her lane. Everywhere else, McDonald's Dinner Club is decently ahead, at least a couple of waves in each lane. Darius looking real strong up there in top lane. Speaking of, Darius is coming down through the river, gonna get caught out by a ward. Potentially just clearing the space. Maybe they'll go for Herald here in a second. Ooh, in the meantime, Fussrow might get caught in his own jungle here, going for blue. That would be unfortunate, losing both buffs. Potentially a 3v2 though here. Ooh, Fussrow went down so fast. Get out of there, Experian. Yeah, it's dead, man. This Darius Shiv combo is cleaning up. Archlector flashing the emote, trying to bait something out there, showing the colors. Gentle TPs to mid lane, trying to keep that tower up, is successful, but is losing out on both waves in the top lane and almost loses his tower. It is a race to see who gets the tower first. And it is going to be MDC gets the first tower. Ooh, Dunivan out a little bit too far again. He's going to go down here. And unfortunately, probably so is Amumu. Does get one back, though. Never mind. That mummy is strong. The old crow. Close game. Yeah. Close. Very close. That's a good grab and a good combo out of Experian there. He just doesn't have the power to back it up. He's down a Needless and a Doran's ring. Just doesn't have enough to actually do a 1v1 fight there, and it wasn't really a 1v1, so. Looking a little sloppy, looking like a few folks on one less want to go next, but they gotta play it out. 6 gold up. MDC really just needs to keep doing what they're doing. Very much ahead at the moment. Oof. Gentle tries to get a tower back in top lane, but I think Zesty's... Oh, Vermillion's going to show up and stop him. Gentle going for the sacrifice play. Gets the tower. I think Victor's got this, though. It's an AD carry battle in bot lane. Samira does come out on top. It's the little victories. Well, one less really wants to get a shutdown on Cody right here, but don't think you have the confidence to pull that off right now. says, don't think Darius can die this game. Yeah, Force of Nature already finished. Not going to be taking a whole lot of damage. There's a few members of MDC that have full item up on their opponent, or at least close. That's just, it's quite a wall to climb over, that's for sure. I'm not familiar with the Udyr build right now, but I do see that you got Demonic Embrace first item. I assume that's meta for a magic build, but it is always weird to see someone going for a going for a legendary ahead of mythic. One less really needs to be getting some vision out and looking for picks with Dunivan on the squad, because he's really the only one that can pump out any damage right now. God, Sergeant of Mithril. That is some good damage for just a quick little combo.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Anyone got any fun topics while we continue to watch? I'm hoping for the comeback here, but these 1v1s, I mean, you're just not going to win the 1v1s one less. I know it might be in your name. Oh! Oof. A little bit of BM there. A little bit of BM with standing around posing, but that's what I'm talking about. Zesty wanted the revenge, and I think he's got it this game. He is showing Gentle what he can do. Alright, here's that Desperation Baron that I'm sure we were all expecting. One less trying to force themselves back into the game. A little bit of a risky play here. They do get caught out, but they get it before anyone can respond. Pretty fast Baron play there. In the meantime, MDC is pushing up mid lane pretty hard. Ooh, getting collapsed on though. Dunivan, a little bit overextended. Needs a tank in front of him. Might have been a miscommunication there. Probably thought somebody was with him that wasn't. Gentle picks up the shutdown on Shyvana. Spirian picking up a small kill there. It's 300 gold, it's nothing. These are the little picks one less needs to get. If they can get the shutdown on Darius, they'll have the grand slam, if you will. They're going for it. Oh, experience really low though. Slap can hold for a little while. He's a tanky little mummy. Not forever. There's the stun from Udyr, and they do manage to get the shutdown over onto Fussrow. Oh, movement goes down to the bleed. Alright. So they took a 6 gold lead, or deficit, let's say, and one less has closed it to 3 gold now, and picks up a Drake. 3 Drakes to 1. That's a pretty big swing. They're going to have to be a little cautious here, not let it go to their heads, because MDC is still definitely ahead on the items at the moment. That should help Fussrow catch up. Looks like he did another camp before he's backing. That way he can pick up some, yeah, full mythic here. He's going to pick up Jaksho, which you'll have to forgive me is not an item I'm super familiar with. Armor, magic resist health. Stacking armor and magic resist. Got it. Instantly draining enemies for magic. Cool. Yeah, Old Crow for sure. They were definitely caught a little bit with their pants down there. Weren't expecting the risky play. One less pushing pretty hard here. At least they recognize that they cannot run into the Zyra Hive. They need to back up. Again, they do need to be playing pretty careful. They are still behind. They want to make sure they're always fighting as a team, and preferably they're getting the jump. That way they can take one of these big damage dealers on MDC out of the fight instantly. Ooh, Shyvana coming around behind one. Amumu's trying to protect Samira. Does manage to scare him off. And Samira can heal up pretty quick. It just got interesting. Let's see, next objective on the map. There's another Baron up in 2.5 minutes, but really the Dragon Soul is going to be the thing to watch out for here. I don't think there's any way MDC is going to make the same mistake and let one less just take another objective, especially a Soul. Fusro looking for something here in the mid lane. He notices that MDC's bot lane was all alone. Just winds around, collapses on Zyra. Got a 4v3 in the mid lane now, and Vermilion's a little bit far away, not going to be able to respond to this, so that's going to be a turret from one less. Going for a little bit extra here, going after Cody. Don't know if that was very good positioning. Vixperion gets caught in the caboose and is not able to survive. Ooh, slapped, misses the bandage toss too. That's going to be 3 down. That's the kind of positioning mistake one less can't afford to make right now. Ooh, the defensive ult out of Sejuani. That never feels good either. Let's see what MDC does here. They're probably going to get a tower, maybe 2, and then I would expect them to back buy with all the gold they just got and reset for Dragon, but one less's best hope is that they overstay here and don't go spend all that gold they just got. Don't think they're going to get the inhib now. Respawn timer's not that long yet. Yep, there's the backs. I would expect most of MDC to be running straight back toward Dragon to get some vision up. Might just meet up with one less in the mid lane for some posturing. We're actually going to see a Baron play here. Surprised. Ooh. Cody might get caught out here. Uses the ult to get away. Gentle flashing for it. I don't think that was worth it there. Maybe a little miscommunication. MDC gets vision up over that Dragon Soul. They want to make sure they know if there's any kind of sneakery going on later. Looks like one less is just going to try to pick a fight here, see if they can get an advantage using all their CC. Because if they can lock down at least one person and erase them, they have a pretty good shot. Otherwise, MDC is going to be running over them. Fusro starts Baron. They do have the pink ward down, so they can block vision. It's an interesting time for my stream to be terrible. I could describe it though. The fight broke out. One less had to peel off a Baron. Oh, that's because it's looking at my client. Well, that's awesome. Thanks for the giveaway. Oh, that's super awkward. Great streamer, right? I know. It's fantastic. Close that down. I'll fix that for the next one. One less definitely lost that fight there. They had to peel off the Baron. It was a 5v5, and MDC is just way too far ahead. unfortunately, it's not going to let me load the replay yet. Awesome. I'm going to back out of this game here in a second. After that fight, though, MDC clears all the lanes. They're backing for more gold, and I imagine they're about to push for the win here for the next minute and a half. So it's awkward as stock. It's like it decided that once the game was over, the client was going to pretend, uh, the launcher was going to pretend that the game was over, but the client is still running. Like, it doesn't make any sense. This did not happen in the last patch, so I don't know what's going on here. Can't tell if it's a bug on my end or theirs. I'll fix it for the next time, though. I'll just load up the proper screen manually. For the sake of getting to the next draft, I am going to end this game early since I kind of already spoiled it. MVC does come out on top. One less does manage to pull a kill here, but they immediately find themselves in a terrible position. Zyra cleans up. Sivir just smacking people. Oh my goodness.
Red team double kill.
Yeah, and there's the final push. I blame Xbox too. Alright, first round goes to MDC. So glad that that scuffedness will be forever enshrined in a VOD. Okay, I'm loaded up there, so let's get to the draft. Sorry about that, guys. But man, what a first game. MDC coming out swinging, showing they know what they're doing in their roles, just playing that lane game. Win lane, win game. They had a really good strategy of combining 2 or 3 of their folks at once and just going for those picks in the early and mid game that really helped get a lot of people snowballing. Right. Gonna update my stream here. See if they've posted the draft so we can start looking at that. They are loading up the draft. I'll get the link here in a second. Anyone go to the website and pick out your predictions for the week? I saw they added that this year. Personally, I think I was wrong on last night's series, and I'm probably going to be wrong about this series. A stock 1-1 for this match here, or for yours later this week. Or did you play last night? Shoot, I need to check who all played. All the teams got mixed up. I don't know where everyone is. 1-1 for this one. I could see it. I think one less made a lot of sloppy mistakes there. If they can tidy up like their positioning and making sure that they're not wandering off alone, getting into trouble. Just kind of sloppy play. But MDC's looking super strong. All right, we're getting into the draft. They just kicked it off. So MDC on blue side this time. One less on the red. See you, see me no mas. Have a good night, man. So far, same bands. MDC probably going to hit Anivia here. Kassadin, interesting. They're hovering that for now. Okay, Vixperian must have been playing a little bit of Kassadin in preparation. It's definitely targeted mid-ban. One less, not letting Cody have things. I don't know how successful that strategy will be. Seems like he can play a lot of things. They are going to ban the Darius. They did not like what they saw. Not surprising. Gentle probably not feeling too great about the first pick Sejuani last game. Still think it's definitely not a bad pick. It's pretty safe, but did not work out that time. All right. Vex, Cassidy, and Lulu banned out by MDC. Let's see if one less hits jungle and top with another ban here, if they have something else in mind. Might see a Maokai ban, or might even nix the Shyvana. Now they're gonna do what they did last time, ban out the Vi. So yeah, it's gonna hit Cody with some bans. Oh, MDC leaves Anivia open knowing they have first pick and then grabs it. Vermilion does play Anivia. I think the whole league knows that Vixperion plays Anivia. It's his favorite champ. So this will be interesting. MDC gonna try and use it against him. Ooh, two big boys. Big green boys out of one less here. Maokai and Zach. I believe Fussrow played some Zach recently, but I have not seen him play that in the league, so I'd like to check it out. Arc Collector says, give me that Sivir. Worked out great last time. Again, the laning phase was a little rough for him, but once they got the team fight phase going, she really started putting out some damage. And Seraphine locked in for MDC. So I assume that's going to be Seraphine's support. Seraphine's Sivir can be really scary. Like the amount of early game harass in the lane is a little nutty. On the side, I'm going to make sure that I don't have an issue with this stream this time. Sorry, guys. It looks like Vixperion is probably going to be playing that Tristana, though I'm sure Dunivan can flex it. I just know that Vix has been playing that ever since last season. Mordekaiser ban. Interesting. I assume that's targeting Cody, but I'm not sure. Yeah, MDC thinks that Tristana is going mid too, so they're going to continue to ban AD carry here. I would expect one more Cody ban, unless there's something Gentle really doesn't want to play against in the top lane. Ah, Jax. Okay. Taking carry potential off the table for Zesty. Fair enough. And MDC picks Jinx for the last ban. So taking a couple 80 carries. Well, it's not locked in, but they want to take some 80 carries off the table from Dunivan. I think Jinx is one of his bread and butter champions, so that's not surprising to see that taken off the table. Especially with Maokai in the mix, he pairs pretty well as a Jinx support. Still some flex potential on one less side. Tristana can go bot, Maokai can go bot. See what they decide to do. Pulling out the Kog'Maw. Definitely Definitely going for something a little more aggressive this time. MDC looking pretty balanced right now. I would expect to see something tanky coming out here. A little bit of extra CC. Yeah. Ooh, Alaoi. Yeah. Oof. Zesty's Alaoi is quite terrifying if you ever played against it. Let's see here. And Belveth, the last pick for MDC. So that's going to be on Cody. Oof, they really want to make sure that does not get going. Give 3 or 4 kills to Belveth in the early mid game. Oof, I can really get off the ground fast. Pretty well balanced comp coming out of MDC. They've got strong damage, CC, a little bit of tank, pretty survivable with the combination of Alaoi and Anivia. Malphite, the last pick for one less. So that's going to be Malphite in top lane, Kog'Maw, Maokai in the bot lane, and Tristana in mid, with Fusro playing the Zac. I like that comp. Again, they've got a good amount of damage on Tristana and Kog'Maw, and then the rest are all big tanky CC champs. Yeah. I think MDC has the more well-rounded comp here. I'm definitely more scared of it. One less looks like they kind of flexed themselves into a corner. Really let MDC drive the draft, if that makes sense. Hmm.
Okay, see if I care.
Yeah, I'm gonna be leaning MDC on this one too.
I promise.
What do y'all think in chat?
I do not tolerate cowardice.
I
I mean,
recommend
Malphite, Maokai, and Zac, they can absorb quite a lot of damage. Again, if they're in the
If I
front line
want
and
your opinion,
doing what they're
I'll
supposed to be
beat it
doing,
out of you.
blocking stuff for their backline, they can do a lot, but just not sure one less has enough damage. Hmm. All right. I'm gonna move over here and make sure that I can fix this little bug here, so we don't have the same problem.
Not a problem.
Cool.
Let me at 'em.
That was me,
Come
just in case
on.
anyone
What's the
was
worst
worried their
that could
computer did
happen?
something. Almost through the pick ban here, so we got about 4.5, 5 minutes. Anyone wants to take a quick break? Now's a good time. I appreciate everyone hanging out. Even if you have the stream on mute, still appreciate it. We are off to the races. Really curious to see how Vixperian handles playing against an Anivia. I know he's played that champion for so long, probably since like season 2 of this game. Um, Definitely knows the ins and outs. Might actually be able to do a good job into it just as he plays it. But Vermilion also has expressed it as one of his favorite champions to play. So, from what little I glean from the beer league chat. Looking forward to seeing it. All right, ladies and gents, 3 minutes on the clock. Triple check that this thing's not going to bug out on me again. Okay. Let's see here. We've got that loaded up. Awesome. All right, guys, somebody in chat, call it. Make your bets. I think there's going to be a lot of predictions for MDC on this one. Oh, I didn't see that there, stock. Yeah, week one is, it's always a toss up, that's for sure. Especially with brand new teams, people learning to play together for the first time. Anything can happen. It often does. At least I get a second shot at seeing a level 1 fight. I don't know why I love those, but I do. Though in this case, I highly doubt one less is going to stick their neck out that early. There's some decent damage coming out of MDC. Anivia is just an excellent level 1 if she goes her Q. Good lockdown, good damage. Same with Sivir. All right. We're getting into the game. Charge. See who wins the skin battle this time. All right, we have sound. Let me make sure that I've got capture. Really love this bug. It's pretty great. Yep. I got it.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift. Seconds until minions spawn.
Alright, we're into the mix. Yeah, everyone just squaring off at all the openings to the jungle. Nothing fancy. No top lane shenanigans this time.
Minions have spawned.
That's how you know things get serious. People start playing standard. Real boring play. Always love a little good upfront trash talk here. Have Experian, I have 800k mastery on Anivia. Oh, good smack there. Everyone to their lanes. Malphite's got some decent trade early. He's just a mana hungry man. I'd expect to see top lane being mostly an island this game. Not as much carry potential on Alawi early, but in the late game she's quite scary. Yeah, Gentle pretty much using his Q on cooldown. Takes Zesty down to half health. Giving him the business here early. Mid lane, Experience keeping the pressure on, but no big trades. Busro attempts to do an early gank down there in the bot lane, but alas. Ooh, Busro going into counter jungle on Cody here. He's gonna get 2v1 though, and gets Zac passive pretty quick. Experian really wants to get the kill though. It was a good clutch exhaust, but it was not enough there. Experian gets first blood. Oh, I'm sorry, Maokai stole it. I was glad he was there to help out, but probably not the person you want first blood to go to if you have a choice. Slapped, if you're watching this VOD, I know you can use it. I believe in you. Experian just dove in on their million there, trying to get a good trade down. Takes a chunk out, but still nothing huge. Trist is definitely keeping up the pressure in the mid lane. Experian's got almost 2 waves up on Vermilion at the moment. And Vermilion's shrinking that lead down a little bit. Gentle's putting pressure on Zesty with trades, but Zesty's just keeping calm, collected, getting those last hits. He's got 35 CS to Gentle's 19. And it's only growing, so Gentle's going to need to be a little bit more cognizant of those minions. Slapped, maybe looking for an angle here on Archlector. Can't quite find it. I think they know that Mithril was back, so they're going to try and make something happen here before he gets in range, but he is back to the lane. I think the teams are going to trade some blows and part ways here. Take Archlector pretty low. Mithril can keep him alive for a little bit, though. Apologize, I just realized my new capture setting did not have the overlay on it. So give me 1 second. Or it could just bug Oh, fighting technology. Fusro waiting quite a while behind MDC's bot lane turret, looking for a gank there, but I think he's wasting a lot of time. He's gonna go for it. Gets 2 flashes out of MDC's bot lane, just like last game, so probably see him try to do a repeat gank, especially coming from the red side. A little bit easier to get behind people this way. Plus he's Zac. Should see ganks galore out of that man. One less, yet again, going for one of their patented first Drakes. Looks like Fusro's gonna mostly handle it by himself, and he does have bot lane to rely on if he needs the help. Tristana's gonna come down and lend a hand. Yeah, they're gonna get that Drake real easy.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Same song, different day up here in top lane. Zesty still doing very well at last hitting with Alawi here. Gentle getting the trades on, but unless Fusro comes up, I don't think he's going to be able to close out the kill. Both do have their ults ready to go, though. Vermilion not letting Tristana bully him around. He is using this bird to keep up with Tristana here. Showing Vixperian, he's not the only one that can play the Cryo Phoenix. Man, Bel'Veth's clear speed, pretty impressive. That is 66 CS at under 9 minutes. That's pretty strong. I'm impressed. Sure, that's standard for the champion, but I haven't seen it in a little bit. Curious to see how Bell plays after the laning phase. Got a fight breaking out in bot lane. Slap jumps on Archlector. Dunivan with a good response pulls the exhaust. They're gonna back away after that. Both junglers are down by bot side. Just gonna call a pullback there. I like the deeper ward from Vixperian there. That's good. Should help with ganks later. You have Zac around. It's just good to have more of that deep vision so you can get the fun ganks going. Gentle not letting up on those Qs. Good wall out of Vermilion, but misses the Q. Gentle and Zesty fighting right on the edge of Gentle's tower. Gentle unfortunately can only get in range to harass, really can't get at those minions. Too afraid of the Zesty ult at this point. No way Dunivan lets Sivir back here. The Kog'Maw ult pretty much always hit him. Ooh, Gentle not looking good here. Starting to get down to that point where Zesty can just crush him with an ult. There it is. And he's down. Ah, Zac was coming up to support but couldn't quite make it in time. Now Cody's here. I think they'll be able to clean up the Zac, even with the tower. Though Bel'Veth is going to take a chunk of damage. And the Herald, they're going to get first turret up here in top lane. Oof. 11 minutes, 20 seconds. That is a full tower plate.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Ouch. starting to see a mirror of the last game. That was our strategy then too, is to get Zesty going. You know, use that to get Cody going. Starts to get pretty scary from there. Looks like Gentle and Fussrow want to get one back here, maybe two. Zach's got quite a bit of range. Gentle goes out too far though. Oh, slapped. Slapped coming from base, throwing it back. Let's see if they can make this happen, but definitely not tanky enough to last very long at this stage of the game. Experian Roam might make it work though. Yes. Alright. Very belated 2 for 2, but we take those. Keeps them in the game. Gold gap right now is under 2k, just barely. Definitely still close. And we've got a dragon coming up in 5 seconds. Both teams were a little scattered at that time, so no one's at dragon right now. Cody is going to hang around bot side, and it looks like Zach's going to mirror him. Yep. So, Fussrow and Cody both in the bot lane river. Anivia even teleporting back to lane just to make sure that they're in range. And we'll probably see a dragon play right here. Not sure who has the advantage in a team fight right this second. Maokai will have his ult again in a few seconds, so everyone should have theirs up. Maokai is down in exhaust. Experian doesn't have ignite, so one less might be a little bit behind in power at the moment if they go for this. Worth noting that Gentle does have TP. Oh, Vixperian, really good juking there to dodge anything Anivia throws out. Gets the kill solo. Jumps over Belveth to avoid fighting Cody in a place he didn't want to. And now shoves him out of the lane. That little mid-game kill was enough to give One Less the freedom to take this dragon. They're going to be uncontested. What they want to do is squeeze as much power as they can out of the bottom half of the map since the top is struggling so much. If they could form a tight core around Dunivan and Vixperian, they'll be able to team fight. In the meantime, MDC's strategy is just keep pushing this top lane hard, keep the pressure on, let Cody continue to farm, build up that Belveth power. Should be a pretty interesting mid-game. I love this question mark over Anivia's ult. Like the game wasn't sure if it was up or not. No bugs in this game, only features. Let's see, we have a Herald coming up in just under a minute. I would expect MDC to take that uncontested unless they're busy taking top turret, which is totally possible. Some people on both teams floating up this direction. Do push all the way to the base turret here in top lane. But MDC is sticking their neck out quite far here. All of One Less is collapsing on the top side. Looking to pick up 2 kills, maybe? Experian and Fussrow seem to think that they can chase down the Alloy. They do call off, though. In the meantime, Gentle TP's down to try and protect bot lane. It was left abandoned as the whole One Less squad collapsed on top side. Gentle pulls out all the stops, ults to try and keep this tower from going down. Does stave it off for now, but that tower is definitely going to drop on the next wave push. the meantime, the rest of the one less squad is gathering to try and take this Herald. They definitely are making use of the mobility of their team. Oh, taking out Zesty right there, 4v1. Zesty probably a little too overconfident staying against 4 members of the team there. I am impressed with One Less's, frankly, balls of moving their entire squad to the top side, despite no map control up there in order to take an objective. That's pretty classic. MDC unfortunately just didn't see that plan coming and sent some people home, and of course they had a couple dead. So. Can't tell if they're gonna keep this lane swap permanent. Kog'Maw and Maokai. We're pushing the wave on top side. Not sure if they'll head back that way, if they're gonna go back down bot to try and finish that turret first. Could go either way. Looks like MDC is putting their top lane on, or I'm sorry, their bottom lane on the top side of the map in order to farm up. Decided Alawai has enough CS. They're gonna let Archlector start farming up there. On bot side, we got Cody and Zesty doing their thing. Dunivan was not really ready for it. Had to burn flash. Does get away. That was 2 flashes. Dunivan and you just got slapped had to burn theirs to not die there. Probably worth them getting some more wards down so they can see what they were walking into. Looks like Sergeant Mithril and Archlector aren't really looking to push very far because they don't feel safe sticking their neck out quite all the way to One Less's base. They're just gonna farm there in the top lane a little bit. In the meantime, we got another gang up down here. Oh, 4 members of One Less trying to take on Zesty, and they lose 2 so far. Oh my goodness. Oh, it takes 4 people to take on Zesty, and he's still going to take half of them down with him. That is insane. You really can't get in that close to Alawai. Dunivan really needs to position a lot further back and have a tank in front of him. Experian getting caught out in the river. Not great. Teams were looking to grab Dragon there. It's just bad positioning. And MDC is gonna pick up this Drake uncontested. Fusro looking like maybe he would jump in for a Zac flyby, but decides not to go for it. Not worth it. Oof. Cody wants to counter jungle. Can Dunivan fight this here? Can with help. Slap burned the Maokai ult there just to secure Dunivan's life, but now he doesn't have it for this 3v3. Might not care. Alawai's not here. Yeah, One Less gets a kill on Seraphine there. Checking in on CS, Alawai still swinging for the fences here with over 190 creep score. Belvath also winning her matchup there. Nivea and Tristana mostly even, same with the bot lanes. I would not be surprised to see a relatively early Baron play out of either of these 2 teams. They both got some pretty good shred. One Less looking like they're trying to get control of that area. A lot of wards down. Going for some kills up here on Cody. Slap tanking the turret a little bit too long. goes down for a quick trade. Experian showing some power here in the mid lane. Goes for 2, gets 1. Current members on the board, they could go for Baron here, but Experian decides to roam bot lane. Looks like he wants to go for a kill on Alawi here, but Zesty's spacing, they call it off. Checking in on items, the only person in the game without a mythic right now is Kog'Maw, unless this is a bug. She is not. No, it's not. Interesting.
A summoner has disconnected. A
Disconnect
summoner
from
has reconnected.
Mithril looks like having some computer trouble, internet trouble. They're going to pause for a bit, see if they can work it out. Looks like Sergeant Mithril's getting some internet problems, so might be resetting the router. We shall see. In the chat, Archlector says no talking, and Gentle responds with 7, which I believe is an inside joke between him and Zesty. Again, they've got a little bit of a history up there in the top lane. A little bit of healthy banter, no problem. Alright, looks like they got it all sorted out. Hopefully that means Seraphine's not going to be having any trouble now. And of course, now my internet's freezing, or the game's having some trouble. See if it clears itself up. I really want to see if Experian's about to get the jump on Zesty here. I don't know which direction that duel is gonna go. Nah, Vix doesn't want it. He's got a tower right there. He's gonna fall back. Continue to farm. Vix is definitely one of the only people that can hang on down there against Alawi, clear the wave pretty quickly, and Zesty's not going to want to dive the turret right now. Looks like Slapped and Dunavan going to go for a quick kill against the Anivia up here in top lane. Might even grab Cody on the back of it. Nah, Cody says no. Back out. That kill on Anivia, though, does open up some opportunities here. One less posturing around the Baron. Might just use this time to get some deep wards down. Make sure they have vision for that objective. But no, they are going to go ahead and start it. They see that Alawi still in bot lane. Though Alawi does have TP if they want to make a play for it. MDC doesn't quite see what One Less is up to. Seraphine does walk up and sees it just now. Ooh. Alright, Experian uses her jump to get away from Zesty. And One Less is going to get the Baron. Easy peasy. MDC pings the dragon, calling out, hey, looks like One Less is probably going to go here next. Let's all gather. Alawi is already kind of in the area, and everyone else is collapsing. Looks like we're going to see a contested objective. One Less definitely wants this Drake. They want to get set to 3 Drakes. That way they can actually threaten on the next one for Soul. They also have a pretty tanky team. You know, the Mountain Dragon's definitely not going to be bad. Fight breaking out up here in the top. They instantly kill Alawi. That takes a lot of power out of MDC. And now One Less is cleaning up the rest of the fight. Apologize for a mouse there. And that is going to be an ace. Holy moly, that was a huge fight. and over in like 15 seconds. Goodness gracious. One last decides to push, get some towers off of that, especially since they have the empowered minions with Baron. Slapped even offering some of his own life to keep the minions alive. Gonna push all the way up, get a relatively early inhib before backing off. Fusro's gonna pick up the dragon by himself. Very well played there, very well played. They caught Cody out first, put a little CC on him, and then just used the full force of Kog'Maw and Tristana to shred him. Zesty going for somewhat of an offensive build here. Definitely does have the health, but not a ton of armor. I mean, he does, but it's just not going to be enough to deal with Trist and Kog'Maw shredding. Thanks, Stock. I didn't know about the pause thing, but yeah, it cleared itself up, no problem. Oh, interesting. Kog'Maw goes shield bow 3rd or 4th. Learning so much tonight about the item meta. Oof. MDC walking up into river, not respecting the power one less has on the table right now. Experian using that mobility to just clean up kills. Yeah, Reese, you're exactly correct. That is what the 7 referred to earlier in the chat. He did have a really good showing, Gentle, against Zesty in the finals, despite that purported skill gap. One less might have stretched themselves a little far here. They stuck themselves in without their damage dealers, but now Vix and Dunivan are here. They're going to help out. Fusro does not go down. Zach Passive keeps him alive. With Alaoi down, One Less is not that scared of this squad. Gentle almost goes down here. He's got a little bit of damage tick on him. Oof. Goes down into the double digits. A little scary, but pulls out. A little bit of a bait there from Vixperian in the brush. Cody makes it out as well. Okay. Gonna see some resets here. Checking in on gold. Yeah, Fusro's got 3,400 gold in his pocket. Probably wants to go back and buy something with that. Everyone had over 1,000, so. Just checking at gold for a second. Not seeing anything I wouldn't expect. Vixperian being up 5,000 gold against his lane opponent is quite a bit. But then again, you have something very similar in the top lane with Alaoi having quite an advantage. Oh, I said I was leaning MDC at the start of this, but I really was thinking about the mid-game power that you would see. But One Less has done a really good job of controlling the map, getting objectives, fighting as a team. And their late game scaling is very strong. Belbeth and Sivir can put out a lot, but man, Kog'Maw and Trist. Yeah, Stock, it definitely is going to need to be a pick-off. If MDC can grab either Vixperion or Dunivan and just knock them out of the fight, then they don't have anything to worry about. But if they can't get to that back line or set up a pick, they're going to be dealing with a lot. Fusro a little out of place here, gets chunked down by Cody. He's going to have to back or get some health before any fighting happens. Next objective on the map is going to be Baron in 30 seconds, so not a great time for Fusro to have to back. Unfortunately, that means MDC is going to come in and get all the vision, so they're going to clear the wards that One Less had down. They're probably sad about that, but MDC looking real strong to take this Baron. Worth noting, Gentle in the bot lane, grabbing that tower. Does have TP, so if he needs to get into the fight, he can. One less coming up and dropping a pink ward in the back of the Baron pit just to make sure they can keep their eyes on it. Not going to make it easy. The more they stall, the more Gentle pushes. That seems to be the name of the game. They are not going to be running into MDC quite yet. It is a 4v4 over there in Baron Pit. Zesty gets some damage down on Maokai, but not the target he really wanted. Dunavon sticking his neck out a little bit. Let's see if it hurts him with Cody here. Fight's gonna break out. Can they kill Zesty? No, not quite. Ooh. One less gets their hand slapped a little bit there. The Experian gets one back. That is a 3 for 2 in favor of MDC. Without Cody and Zesty up, they're definitely not going to go for that Baron. They might try and make a play for Dragon down here. At the very least, look at the Scuttlecrat. Yeah, that was really well played by MDC there. Alaoi set up the trap quite well. Cody dove straight on Dunivon. Exactly what you need to do. Make it so that one less carries are too scared, trying too hard to get away, and not doing damage. MDC picks up the dragon. 2 dragons to 3 now. Not the best dragons for them, but certainly not the worst. Just makes Zesty even stronger. Let's see, Tristana's getting pretty close to max items. Yeah, it looks like, I'm not sure what the last one's gonna be. Alright, whole squads back up at Baron again. Seeing another objective fight. Let's see if one less can position a little bit better. Or maybe MDC can repeat what they just did. All about getting Cody on the right target. That Belveth is dealing quite a bit of damage right now. MDC starts up the Baron. They don't know that one less does have vision of it, or just died. Gentle going in to try and stall while the rest of one less's squad goes for a backdoor. Maokai using the ult to keep everyone from basing successfully. Only Zesty makes it back. Experian finishes off Zesty, while Slapped keeps everyone busy up there in the jungle. I don't know if they're going to be able to finish this off. Let's see. Dunivon dancing around as much as he can. Does not finish off the Nexus, so risky play did not pay off there. Wow. Oh, that brings MDC back up even in gold. So I like the balls on the play, but was not successful. They thought they had more tower and Nexus Shred than they had. Zesty did a great job holding them off too. Lasted just long enough. And off the back of that, MDC is going to get Baron here. No way for it one less to contest. I think one less is going to feel a little humbled after that experience. Probably going to try and reset and stabilize. Go for that Dragon Soul after they hold off this Baron push. Then maybe they'll feel more confident, but until then, MDC definitely has the upper hand. Cody's Belveth is fully online and terrifying at this point. Ooh, Gentle even forced to use the defensive ult in Malphite. Reese says that seemed like such a desperation play. That's the thing. They weren't desperate. That's what makes it such a weird choice. It almost seemed like a swag play, like they wanted to look cool and just like close the game out. But I don't know. Maybe they're feeling threatened. Belbeth is online, and that can be terrifying. Again, Dunivon is up way too far, takes a lot of damage, but does manage to back up. Now that they're fighting from the back line, they are putting out quite a bit of damage. MDC, a little bit confident going straight under that turret there, but they did have the Baron power. Just wasn't quite enough. One less manages to survive with 3 people on very low health. Looking to catch Vermilion here. He might be able to pop somebody though. Oh, Gentle Soul. He's gonna secure the kill. Oh, he did pop. He got Gentle. Dunivon playing a little bit too far back that time. Didn't feel comfortable trying to help out, and that left Anivia alive long enough to get the kill. Definitely seeing confidence wax and wane on both teams as this game goes on. Like I said, next big objective is going to be this Dragon Soul. One less is backing to reset for it. Dunivon's going to be a little late. Probably not going to be good for him. But then again, Vermilion's going to be pretty late to the party as well. So for a little bit, we'll be seeing a 4v4. Oh yeah, good call, Reese. Actually, did he? Went BT. Yeah, went BT instead. No GA on Tristana is going to be a bloodthirster. MDC actually not contesting Dragon Soul. I don't know about that. I don't know about that for the old Mountain Dragon. It's obviously not the best soul you can get, but I wouldn't want one less to be any more tanky than they are. Yeah, Stock, I completely agree that Experian can play a little bit further up because Trist is a little bit safer, but I'd really like to see Dunivon not playing the front line as much as he's been doing. You really want to see Trist and Kog'Maw being like points on a triangle, with the tanks being the third point, you know, as distance from each other as possible, but in range to do all the damage on the front line. Let's see if they can position a little better here, or if MDC can box them into a bad spot, with Anivia's wall, for example, they can get quite a lot of damage down. And again, all they really need to do is take out one member of one less's damage squad, either Vix or Dunivon, and I think they can take the rest of the fight without too much trouble. Specifically Vix. Guy's got quite a bit of damage right now. Yeah, Reese. That's really what I'd like to see is the triangle of death here. But that means they can't fight in tight corridors, and they've been fighting in some awkward positions here and there, which is forcing them to fight right next to each other. MDC's done a good job of picking the location of their fights, especially in River.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Everyone just pushing lanes, getting prepped for the next fight. I don't think we're gonna see a fight before Baron, but it really depends on if one less wants to try to force something here for the inhib, which it looks like they might. Looks like the plan is to push into the base, see if they can win the fight here. If it looks like they're not going to get anything done, they'll probably fall back to Baron. Careful to wait on the waves, make sure that they have all the potential pressure they can get on one less's side, but MDC is just going to deny that. They're going to force one less to really commit, stick their neck out a little bit before they give up the inhibitor. Good defensive play from MDC. There's a lot of good vision from one less on the map right now. I see quite a bit of red wards on the mini map down there. I think every member, yep, every member of one less has a pink ward on the map at this moment. Good stuff. Good for your vision score. Will Kog'Maw get a mythic this game? Good question. Really good question. We're seeing a Randuin's Omen on the Kog'Maw before we're seeing a mythic item. It's one of those things where, like, you know, when you get to the late game and you forgot to buy boots, that's what I feel like Dunivon's doing right now. He's like, yeah, I got a mythic, right? Nope. No, you didn't. God, I hope that's what happened. That would just be hilarious. But no, it's probably just the build. Alright, one less going in for the fight. Fusro dives the backline here and does not quite make it. Really misjudges the distance. In the meantime, the rest of one less doesn't really get anything done up here. Ooh, gentle diving in over the wall. That is what we want, but oof, Experian goes down. Can Dunivon clean up the rest by himself? Yes, he can. That is exactly what one less wanted to do, is fight like over a wall like that. Because Dunivon can just fire all day from the ultimate tank, a wall. The Experian looked like he got forward a little bit too far, and both Cody and Vermilion were on his ass, so he definitely went down. One less burning a TP to try and get this Baron. As much as we're giving the Kog'Maw crap, he's doing the work. Yeah, quote unquote. Wait, Orc isn't mythic? Yeah, a lot of people have had that reaction lately. I can't remember who I was in chat with the other day that said that exact sentence. Orc isn't mythic? Right, so we got Elder Dragon coming up in 30 seconds, and Fusro is clearing the way here. Gets the Scuttle Crab. Gonna put a ward down here in the bush. Or not. Just gonna clear out the bot wave. Slap doing his best to clear out some vision. It's good. It's 4v5 in the middle for right now. Fusro is headed back to the team. And this will probably be the last fight of the game here. We're coming up on 45 minutes. I feel pretty safe saying whoever gets the Elder Drake here is going to push for the win. Ooh, Zesty pushes out a little too far, and Experian makes him pay for it. Fusro and Gentle dive on the backline, keep them out of the fight. In the meantime, Dunivon takes out Cody. Vix takes out Zesty. And it looks like one less is going to clean up here, though they are going to lose Gentle. Don't even think they're going to bother with the Dragon. One less is going to push in after that ace and finish up the game. Remember, the Nexus is naked from their previous attempt at a backdoor. Really well fought by both teams there. I think that could have been anyone's game all the way down to that fight. It really just came down to positioning and how to support your carries. One less just had the tanks doing what they're supposed to do there. Real good game. That makes it 1-1 for the series. Again, these are the top seeds. We're doing groups this time for the season. So Group A and Group B. Group A is going to play every team in their conference twice, and they're going to play every team from the opposite conference once. So this is the one and only time that these two teams will play each other this season, at least until the playoffs. And they were the two top seeds, so that was a pretty interesting game. Not surprised to see a 1-1 come out here. I believe in the Twitch chat, Stuck, you picked 1-1. Good job. You get points in the predictions predictions section of the Beer League website. So if anyone has not checked that out, it's pretty cool. There's some neat stuff on there now. Links are in the Discord. Really appreciate everyone coming out tonight and hanging out with me. I do not have any standings as this is week 1, but we have 13 weeks this season, so 12 more to go. A lot of good games coming up. I'm excited to see what all these new teams can do. Stock. Oh, yeah. Yesterday's game was casted. If you go to the Beer League Twitch channel, which you're obviously on, you can watch the VOD there, and there's also the YouTube channel. If you have the link to that, that's also in the Discord. Yeah. Awesome. Well, great games. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Look forward to seeing some more later this week. Check the schedule on the website. You'll see the other games that are already scheduled to be played. So, awesome. See ya.